what? It is July 1st, 2026, and so my American friends might not be aware. It is Canada Day! Yay, Canada! I was actually born in Canada, so that's why I'm excited to celebrate July 1st. And just how I have a little more history with it myself. So I was born, and my mom had immigrated to Canada from Peru when she was a teenager. So Canada was where they found new opportunities. They had great a fresh start. They learned English in Canada. They became Canadian citizens. And so when my mom and my dad's American, so when they got married, they actually started their marriage, their family in Canada. So my older brother and my older sister were born in Canada. And we were in Indiana for my dad to go to school for graduate work um, when they were going to have me. So they drove across the country, and I was born in Canada too. So, and interestingly, on my dad's side, I also have a great grandmother who was Canadian. So I have a lot of Canadian connection, and I love that beautiful country. I have a lot of family up there still. So I'm happy to celebrate Canada. But why am I bringing up Canada? I want to also tell you a funny story from last week. My kids and I were helping some friends. We were dog sitting for them, and they have a beautiful backyard pool. So while they were out of town, they said, please use our pool whenever you want. And I was like, awesome, because normally I don't get to get out to a pool very often. And my kids are super excited. They love to swim. So we went several days over the 2 weeks. I think we went over there 8 or 9 times to swim, and it was great. One of the days, though, I was really tired. I'd had a lot going on. I just did not want to get in the water. I would rather have just laid down, gone to sleep, taken a nap. Um, but and I kind of sat out for a while watching them, and I was texting people, and I don't know, but they're like, Mom, aren't you going to come in and join us? And finally, I kind of stood up there and stood at the edge of the pool looking in, just like, I just don't even want to jump in. I don't, I mean, I probably didn't want to get my hair wet. I don't know. I just didn't have it in me. I didn't want to swim. And so suddenly one of my kids was like, Mom, come on, do it for the kids. Get in the pool. And and then he channeled some inner Toy Story. I think the fourth one, we have Duke Kaboom, who's a Canadian toy, and his chant, throughout the movie is yes, I Canada. So my kids were in the water saying, yes, I Canada, Mom, come on. Oh my goodness. So finally I said, all right, yes, I Canada. And I jumped in, and then I swam around with my kids for like an hour and just had a wonderful time. And I felt so much better. Even though I was physically tired already, that actually gave me some relief from maybe some of the worry and stress or just the busyness of the day. My brain had been really busy and active, and I just needed a break. So, I want to talk about the value of movement when we're trying to take care of our body, take care of our brain and our nervous system. Movement is one of these key pillars to building resilience and helping our nervous system to work for us and help us to be balanced and regulated. Movement is such an important part. And I have my poster here. So last week I talked about the first one, which is connection, these different keys to supporting our nervous system. And I always use the example that, we know how to take care of our teeth. We brush our teeth, we floss, maybe use mouthwash. We go to the dentist twice a year. We know how to take care of our teeth. We also know how to take care of our heart and our circulatory system. We're going to exercise, we're going to eat, healthy foods and maybe a good fiber rich diet and low cholesterol. We know these kinds of things. We know how to take care of our circulatory system and a respiratory system. Of course, we don't smoke. We don't want to harm our lungs. We know how to take care of those systems. But when you think about the different ways that movement can be a part of your wellness, it's not just to lose weight and build muscle. Movement is also about releasing stress.
the cortisol that might be building up in your body because of a lot of worry and anxiety and stress, right? At work, at home, feeling a lot of pressure, all these limiting beliefs that are saying it's too hard, it's too much, I can't do this. If you move your body, if you move your nervous system, you help to release that stress. You help to let it go. You help your mind to have a break from all that thinking and worry and stewing and anxiety. And you give your brain a chance to have a refresh and to perhaps kind of shift things around. So now you can think in a bigger picture. Now you feel like, okay, there is a way to get through this, where before it just felt so limiting. We look at this other poster, the nervous system, and I always love for people to see how you can tell where the fingers and toes are. You can tell the shape of the body because our nerves, our 45 miles of nerves, are going absolutely everywhere throughout the whole body. So our nervous system, this is where our emotions are generated, where we our thoughts and our body and our all of our systems are all being connected and interplaying off of each other. And so you can tell if the whole body is experiencing emotions, the whole body is feeling that stress and that adrenaline and that cortisol, then you need to move your body and help release it where it might be stuck, these tense places where that tension just creates that heightened sense of danger. When we move and we can relax our muscles, we can flex them and make them more mobile, and they can expand and move. You feel less physical, literal restriction. Your brain is going to feel more alive, alert. Your nervous system is less likely to feel trapped and tight in fight mode or freeze or flight, right? We have all these different states that our nervous system can go into. When we're moving, our blood is flowing through our body, carrying nutrients, carrying oxygen. Our lungs are going to breathe more deeply and restoratively. If you stay in shallow breathing for a long time, that can negatively impact your body. We have to be breathing deeply to really get those oxygenated blood cells all throughout your body. We need to bring it back to the lungs and the heart and have all of that flow happening, bringing oxygen or carbon dioxide in and bringing oxygen out, and all the things within the cells at that cellular level that are so important to health and well-being. So again, looking at this poster of the nervous system, the whole body is impacted by your thinking and is going to influence your thinking because it goes up and down, the signals from your body to your brain to your body. And when you're moving your body and allowing yourself freedom and expansion and release, and your muscles are getting stronger as you move, these are all signs of safety. If we were to, and think about how this is a very primitive and like just a primal state, right? If we are in a fight or flight or freeze because there is a danger, thinking like prehistorically being chased by a lion or a saber-toothed tiger, whatever metaphor or real human event in the past you want to talk about, our nervous system has to be on alert, or it shuts down and tries to save energy and just kind of play dead, right? And so in those states, we're not going to feel well. We're not going to feel light and joyful and playful. We're going to be heavy and tight and restricted. So as we move, as we exercise our bodies, as we let our muscles do swimming motions in a pool or running motions as you are going out for a jog, or pickleball motions, these are not survival modes. This is not you being chased by a lion and staying in a nervous system state of danger. when you can relax and you can have fun and you can play pickleball and you can um, dance to some music in your living room, you can turn on a weightlifting workout video from YouTube. There's so much that's free out there. Any kind of movement that you can incorporate, your brain is going to say, I'm safe. If it's safe enough for me to stand in my living room and lift weights watching a video, then I must be okay. There's not a lion chasing me right now, because if there was, I would not be standing here doing weights in front of my TV. I would be doing something else. I'd be hiding or throwing something at it or freezing up and playing dead and hoping it doesn't see me and just goes past me. I don't attract that attention, right? So when you think about the power of movement in stimulating your nervous system, helping you to feel safe, and when your brain believes that you're safe, your brain is creative. Your brain thinks of bigger ideas, a new way. Try again, try it this way. It didn't work that time and it's okay. I'm going to figure out a new way. I'm going to chart my course. I'm going to move forward, figure out my next step. I'm going to do all these things because I'm in a state of safety. And movement helps to generate and create that environment within you where you feel safe and you can keep going. So even when you're staring at something and it just seems so intimidating, maybe do some movement. Maybe get a little exercise, go for a walk. Dance to some music that brings your energy back up because you're really stuck and you're down, right? And I can't tell you how many times, tired mom, I have 6 kids. My name is Michelle Cox and I'm a certified life coach. I raised 6 children for 19 years before I moved on and was trying new things and moving on in my life professionally. And I can't tell you how many times where I was tired, I was getting kind of frustrated and flustered and like, how much longer till my husband comes home? And I would turn on some very like strong music that would get me moving, something that was like an anthem from The Greatest Showman or something like that, that just gave me that boost. And I would just be dancing in the kitchen with a baby on my hip, trying to just handle this the commotion in my house, the overstimulation of other people. It was kind of a way to close my eyes and just release for a minute. Movement is powerful. If you find yourself getting into a pattern and a habit of not moving, you're sitting at your desk, you're sitting in your car, you're sitting at home, you're going to have a difficult time really feeling powerful and capable, and that you have what it takes to move forward in your life, whatever it might be. You're trying to move forward. You're trying to set some new goals, achieve something more, trying to get out of these old patterns. You need to be moving. So if exercise is something that you think, oh, I really should exercise more and I need to do that, but it just is so hard, there's no time, okay? Channel your inner Duke Kaboom and say, yes, I Canada. I can. I can do it. I want to support my body. I want to support my mental health. I want to take control of my limiting beliefs and say, yeah, right. I'm going to move forward anyways. I don't have time, but I'll find it. I'm too tired, but I will adjust my sleep schedule. I will add more healthy foods and drink more cool water so that I feel the health begin and stimulate that feeling of safety and channel that mindset of I can do it. I can find a way because I value and I cherish my body and my brain and myself. And I want to believe that I can reach those goals. So I'm going to move my body in exercise, just in gentle swaying and motion. I'm going to go to a yoga class. I'm going to do it just watching a YouTube video at home. You start to say, I can, I can, I can. And then you create your result. You create, yes, that I am moving and supporting myself. Exercise is not something to be afraid of and to feel resentful of. My body is not something I need to feel resentful of. I can love it and honor it right now. I don't have to worry about being in a state of perfection before I value myself. I can value myself now. Yes, Canada. I can value myself now and allowing myself to move. And maybe I need to start small. Do small things. If it's been a really long time since you've been able to be in a state of fitness, whatever that means, right? This is all just made up. But if it's been a while since you've been actively engaged in like a form of exercise, start so small, but start small. And one website that I do recommend, or a YouTube channel, I should say, is HasFit. I talk about this a lot because I really love their program. I love what they have. There's just hundreds and hundreds of videos, maybe thousands, that are free. You can follow the app and pay $5 a month and you can follow a program. But what I see on there are great starting points for someone who has had little to no real physical activity, where they have senior videos. So even if you're not a senior, but if you want to just start with gentle movement so that you don't harm yourself or you don't overdo it and then you're in a lot of pain and then you just want to give up. That doesn't sound very encouraging. So start with the senior ones, sitting in a chair, not even using weights, maybe using water bottles or just your body weight. If you can get that courage, tell yourself that you are worth it, that movement is going to help your whole body, your whole system. It's going to help your mindset. It's going to help you to believe in yourself and to love yourself more and be more generous in the way that you interact with other people. Start very simple. Start very, very small, because confidence is not something we just generate from our thoughts. Confidence comes from doing something, achieving something. A small win inspires that confidence. And then you want to do the next small win. And then you want to go on and on and on, and building that up little by little, creating an image in your mind of where you want to eventually get to, but also seeing the little tiny steps that are going to take to get there, and celebrate and love and rejoice over every little step. Instead of saying, oh, it's going to take 1,000 steps to get to where I want to be, where I don't have joint pain and I've lost some weight and whatever it might be. Okay, it might take a long time. So let's just celebrate this first step. I can get to that first step and I can achieve that. And then I can get to the next little step and I'll achieve that. And then I'm going to get to the next little step. And you can see these inspiring videos. I remember seeing one in particular. It was a man who was a veteran. He was disabled. He walked with a cane. He was very overweight. He had a lot of physical pain. It really affected his mental health. And it was all connected, of course. Like, where does it begin? The chicken or the egg? Okay, so there's a mental health challenge and then a physical health challenge, and they just kind of feed each other. And so he really had a difficult time moving at all. He'd become very tight and sedentary. And so this transformation video is him working with a personal trainer, doing little movements, little movements, little movements, just learning to get that flexibility, that mobility again, little by little. And this is over a course of, I don't remember, a couple of years, I think. But it showed when he first tried to walk without his cane and he'd fall over. He was being taught how to balance himself standing on one leg and he'd fall over. Or even trying to do a headstand, he'd fall over. But little by little, with that encouragement, with that growing and budding and blossoming belief in himself and that there was better than right now ahead, he kept at it. He kept at it until he was moving more freely. He started to be able to jog a little bit, short distances, a block, and just moving more, training his body, building those muscles, improving his heart condition, at his lung capacity, little by little, till at the end of this transformation video, he was able to do a headstand. He was able to run. I don't know what the distance was, more than a mile, I'm sure. And he had much better balance. His joints didn't hurt. He didn't need a cane. He didn't know it was possible until he had that right mentorship and he started to make little wins, little win after little win that just kept pushing him forward because, well, if I can achieve that little milestone, then I can achieve the next little milestone. Before you know it, you've come a long distance and you've shed a lot of these limiting beliefs. I can't, it's too hard, I'm not able to. Nobody can do that. It's just impossible. Start to lose those limiting beliefs as you move your body, because it's all connected. So moving your body, that supports your nervous system, helps you to feel that sense of safety and confidence. What are you going to do now on Canada Day? Yes, I Canada. This is our Yes, I Canada Day. What can you do? Anything. Creative. Allow your mind to look at different possibilities. Explore. Google it on YouTube. What strikes you as interesting and what starts to stir up that belief that you can. Find it. Search for it, create it, open up to it. It's there. There are many things that you could not do before, but now you can. When you were a baby, you could not walk. You had to learn how to walk. You fell down a lot. It's okay. You got back up and look at you. You walk and run and do whatever you need to do, right? Just think about all the things that you can do now that you used to not be able to. Maybe now you know how to build a website. You know how to knit. You know how to bake beautiful sourdough bread. Whatever it is. You know how to fix a car? Do you know how to pump gas and figure out this whole remember when you were a teenager? Like, where do we put the buttons, put the thing in my car? Any system, any skill that you have now, you used to not have it, which means you are capable of developing more skills and achieving new things that you thought you couldn't do. Yes, I Canada is today's message. Every time you say I can't, say yes, I Canada, do kaboom, and see what is going to be that little step that's going to move you in that direction. And just keep going and keep going. So I want to hear from you. What are you thinking that has been a limiting belief that you can't do, but now you're going to yes, you Canada, and you're going to move forward and take a little step? What's it going to be? Love to hear from you. So my name is Coach Michelle. I'm on Facebook as Michelle Cox Mindset Coach. Find me on YouTube, Michelle Cox Mindset Coach. I'm there everywhere. But I'd love to hear from you, and I will continue this series talking about the keys to building resilience, honoring our nervous system, loving our bodies, believing in ourselves and our capacity. So come back again next week for part 3 of this series. So thank you and have a great day.